We are back with another jam-packed episode of Lunes Live, your favorite compas. Got you covered with all of our Week 11 takeaways. Chargers get beat up, embarrassed in Duval once again. Gilbert and I will get into that. The Rams hold off Sam Darnold and the Seahawks after he throws 4 interceptions. Definitely an interesting game to see live. I had never been to a regular season Rams game before, unless like it was mixed in with the Chargers. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to say the least. I got to see some people I haven't seen in a while, so definitely pretty cool. But all right, Hilberto, do you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do. And to put you out there, Fernando, you were just talking about Rams Seahawks being kind of a meh game, and I don't disagree. I did enjoy the game, but it did not live up to the hype. So that is the engagement question of the week. I gotta get it right. Did the Week 11 matchups live up to the hype? I'm gonna say no because the Buccaneers Bills game was good for 3 quarters, and then the Bills took over in the fourth. Rams Seahawks was kind of a good little slugfest. But yeah, speaking, Broncos beat the Chiefs. Oh, the Eagles beat the Lions. Those were the 4 big games, and 2 were horrendous. One was good, and the other one was like, meh. So let me know if Week 11 lived up to the hype, because it didn't. So unless we get like Raiders Cowboys in a triple overtime thriller, that's not even possible, right? And an overtime thriller, then maybe it's gonna not gonna live up to the hype here, and it's gonna be a total letdown.
Before we get like started in the football stuff and everything, I do want to say that there are still good people in the world, Gilbert.
Oh, okay, random, but okay.
So last night, Eric and I get back to his car, and his car wouldn't start, and we're like, shit.
Uh-oh.
And like we try and like start finding out like different things and trying to see what's up with it. And we think it's a battery, obviously. And Eric calls Rams PR, and they're like, well, we'll try and get somebody out there, all this stuff. So we're like, okay, so what's happening? So then finally I told Eric, I was like, hey, I see some guys over there just kind of chilling, like smoking a little something. I was like, let me go see if any of them can help. And first guy, I was like, hey, how you guys doing? What's up, fool? I was like,
oh, this is going well.
I was like, here we go. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you guys. I know you guys probably just got off of work. I'm like, I told them, I'm like, our battery ran out of juice. Is there anybody that can jump us, or do you guys have jumper cables or anything you guys can do? One of the guys goes, nah. And then I'm like, oh, the other guy goes, yeah, no. One of the guys standing there, he was like, you know what? I can help you. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. 4 Mexicans, 1 black dude. Black dude ends up helping us. So all those Mexicans,
wow,
that were there.
It'd be your own people, huh?
I was pissed. I was like, are you
all
kidding?
together,
I was
though?
like, what's up? Like, I was like, whatever. So the dude, like, he pulls out one of these like little devices, I guess, that you can jumpstart the car with.
I've been wanting to get one of those. Yeah.
Now now I am.
Yeah.
So he tries it, and it gives a little bit of gas, like a little bit of juice, but he's like, damn, you know what? It may not be charged. And we're like, oh, he's like, let me go to my car. I will charge it for 10-15 minutes, and then I'll come back here. And Eric's like, he gone. I was like, there's no way. I believe in my guy. And so so the guy goes over, he's charging it. That's when the Rams PR, who they helped us out with, the guy comes in, he's like, yeah, I don't know, another Mexican. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I it's just not working, this, that. I'm like, are you serious? Like, and then Eric's like, this guy doesn't have any battery in it. And then Eric's like, does this thing have juice? Well, I guess it doesn't. And so then Eric's like, oh, dude. So then he leaves. I go back to the other guy. I'm like, hey, bro, like, I'm so sorry. That guy had no juice in his thing. He's like, I got you. Comes over, sticks it in. Boom, let's go. So shout out to him. Really nice guy. He's like, yeah, pick it up on Amazon or at AutoZone or wherever, $50. And I'm like, oh, damn, now I need one. So, yeah, shout out to him. I'm sorry I took forever saying that story, but just a really nice guy.
Sure, I got it right. So he came back another time and got it to work.
Yeah, the second time he went to go charge it for a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and then he came back and he's like, "I got you guys." So I thought I was gonna get home at 8:30. I ended up getting home at 9:30. So I mean, an hour delay isn't terrible, but I was at least happy that somebody was able to help
Well,
us. So that was very
let
nice.
me give you one quick story because this makes me look good here. And you talk about good people in the world. I'm one of those good people. I was on a walk a few years back with my
Oh, we're
dog.
going a few years ago.
Yeah,
Vic,
with
we're
my
going a
dog.
few years ago. We're not going
And there,
recent.
there was a guy who had car trouble, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" I could have easily been like, "Nah, keep walking." And I'm like, "Fine." I live down the street. Let me come back. I could have easily just like hid and never came back, but I came back. This guy could have put me in his trunk and murdered me. No, I jump started his car. He went on his way. Didn't give me any money. That's okay. Gave me a thank you. See you later. Never saw me again because I'm a good guy. And I think the guy
Yeah.
was Latino. So yeah, good Latino on Latino help there.
Yeah, well, mine was bullshit. So yeah, I got no help. All right. Well, the other good Samaritan. All right, Gilbert. Honestly, yesterday when we jumped on to talk about the Chargers game, shit, I was done writing by the start of the or by the middle of the fourth quarter. I went over to go chat with what's his name? With with Tyler Dragon and bullshitting with him because I was like, this game's completely over. I'm like, why even spend any more time here? So, but it was just a game that it looked like these guys were already on their bye week. It was one of those, I don't know.
Mm.
This is so true.
Hey, I need
This is
points,
so
man.
true.
I am the other person that helps it. I came back.
So 35-6. I mean, Gilbert, I don't know what it is about Everbank because when Phillip Rivers was the quarterback of the team, they would go in there and blow. I mean, these aren't the same Jacksonville Jaguars, but they'd go in there and blow teams out, and it didn't matter how bad the Chargers were. They'd go in there and they'd take it to Jacksonville.
Hey, Alan,
Oh,
thank you.
hey, Alan, appreciate it. He says we got humiliated by the Jags of all teams. Muchos saludos. Who knows which Chargers team will show up after the bye? Alan, we appreciate it. That's very big of
Shout
you. By
out,
the way,
Alan.
speaking of that, I have not seen a Thier anywhere, but whatever.
I thought I saw him a couple or last week, but yeah, I
Oh,
could be wrong.
Gilbert, Danny didn't even like. Dan's like, I'm giving you 20 minutes. Like, I don't want to talk about this shit because Friday went bad for Dan, then Sunday went bad for Dan, so he did not want to talk about it. I'm like, on Friday we're driving home. I'm like, you know what's funny? He's like, what? I'm like, the only person that's happy that you guys got eliminated is sitting up there in Orange County, laughing because he's excited that you're now free to do things, and then he's like, he can kiss my ass. I just started laughing.
I didn't
But
even know. I don't keep track. That way I don't wish losses upon his team. Maybe if he goes far, he
oh,
goes
he was
far.
he was not happy. It just he
But now that you told me, I'm
but
gonna bug him.
but he got to talk to Drew Brees after the game, so he
Oh,
was excited. Drew's the offensive coordinator of the opposing team, and
really?
yeah, and Dan started chatting with him for a little bit. I kind of asked him, I'm like, Drew, I don't know if you remember me. He's like, you used to work with the Spanish commentary. I was like, yeah, that was a long ass time ago, sure, but he remembered me, so
That's
chatted with
good.
him for a little bit. Then Dan started chatting with him, and so yeah, he really nice guy. Dan's like,
Get
hey,
him on the
you're back on
pod.
the call. He's like, you're back on the call, right? No, Santa Fe Christian. He's like, you're back on the call, right? On like back in Fox. He's like, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, I can't wait to hear you talk. He's like, I actually thought you were pretty good. Just all these lames and nerds that didn't find you entertaining. And then he just starts laughing. He's like, I really appreciate that. So
Did Drew say thank God for Mark Sanchez stabbing people? I got a job here.
whoa. He got stabbed. He wasn't stabbing. He got stabbed.
Well, I don't know what the hell
That was
happened,
just
but
the
yeah.
festivities. Everybody was getting ready for the new Scream movie. Mark Sanchez was like getting ready for it too. So, but all right. What your thoughts? I've actually been waiting for this. What are your thoughts of the Chargers game? Because to me, and
Yeah.
I said it last night, I think it's just a one-off. Well, obviously they have problems, but I think it's just that stadium is just a shit show and they just
Yeah.
don't do well. Some teams just don't do well, but there are weaknesses in the team that I feel like are going to creep their ugly head. They have a really tough last 6 games of the season. But what was your thoughts when you saw the score of that game?
Yeah, I want to be positive and say it's a one-off, but I can't. Like the thing about this team right now, you just don't know when the O-line is gonna just completely take a
Yeah.
dump, and they're pretty bad on a weekly basis. You have to scheme around it. So like you're playing uphill with boulders on your back, and the person with the boulders is Justin Herbert. He took a massive hit. He left a little bit from the game. He was not playing in the fourth quarter because it was such a beatdown, and you can't run the football either because the O-line is terrible. The O-line just affects too many things here for me to trust this team. And I want to because Justin Herbert is capable of putting a team on his back and playing a hero. But it's a lot of work there, and it's unfortunate because you want to see Herbert in the playoffs with good surroundings to see what he could do, but he's not going to get it. I think they still make the playoffs, but with the Broncos continuing to win, and I think the Broncos schedule gets tougher. Like we're going to talk about that Chiefs game, but the Chiefs they're not that good this year, and people want to say that's a big time signature victory. Sure, whatever. We're going to discuss it,
Eric
but
was excited.
for the Broncos, because he had the Chiefs downfall predicted in the offseason. Shout out to Eric for that one. And the Lions also suck too. I'm worried about that, but we will talk about that later. But yeah, the Broncos have a clear path to the AFC West. The Chargers lost to the Jaguars, who weren't going anywhere. I think when it comes to the playoff standings, and they lost a head-to-head tiebreaker. So, they can still make the wild card. It's just I can't take this team seriously. You can't, lay an egg the way you did, against Washington, the way you did against the Giants. They lost to the Giants, right? Jeez, what a year.
Yeah.
And they lost to the Jaguars. So to me, like, I can't call them pretenders. They're just a wounded team that really doesn't have a chance to win the Super Bowl. You were built on the trenches. Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, you went all in. Great move to go that route. It just did not work out for whatever reason. The Chargers have bad luck with injuries, and the defense has not played well either. I like Jesse Minter. We talk about Mike McDonald being more of a scheme coach and having a lot of talent, but the Chargers don't have the talent that Seattle does. So they need to get more playmakers defensively. Jesse Minter did it with the scheme the best he can, but it's falling apart now. So there's just too many red flags to me to like this team, and I even said before, like, they're going to be in the dance. They're going to have a chance, but I like the Patriots more. The Broncos at least have one elite strength. It's the defense. What do the Chargers really do well besides having a franchise quarterback? So to me, sorry, Chargers, it's not looking good. You'll get a playoff game. Maybe you win a playoff game. And that's a step in the right direction. But what are they right now, Fernando? 7 seed, 6 seed.
They're the 6th seed.
So they will play the Colts. They already lost to the Colts too. So a lot of things that can keep going on here, but they could beat the Colts in a playoff game, honestly. But that's my one positive to end there.
I don't even know if they make the playoffs. Playing like this, going up against Philly's defensive line might beat the shit out of Herbert. Like, might finish the job on Herbert.
Yeah. Well, how about this, I was looking at the Jaguar schedule, and I think they're going to be the 7th seed, and they're going to win at least 10 games. Can this Chargers team win more than 10 games and overcome the head-to-head tiebreaker?
They need to win 3 more.
And you got the
Raiders.
Eagles.
So the Raiders.
Yeah, that's a win.
Cowboys, maybe.
You better make that a win. Texans.
Watch. No, they're going to split against the Eagles or Kansas City. They're not going to lose to both of those teams. That's what they do.
They'll lose to the Eagles. I can see them sweeping the Chiefs, and then you beat the Broncos. You're in a good spot. I think they lose to the Texans because that defense is very good against that front.
Yeah,
that front against that O line.
That's going to be very tough.
It's not the worst position.
I do agree with what Haywood. I can't even say the last part of your name. Sorry. Omarion should be able to alleviate some of that, but it's still going to be tough. I mean, now they're talking about, Pop just tweeted out that Jamari Salyer might be in play again at left tackle. Man, I think what they should do is bench Mekhi Becton, put Trevor Penning at right guard.
Yeah, he's a better guard.
He's
a better guard than the tackle for sure.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
Not good.
And then they kind of went away from the experiment. Like, I just couldn't. I just thought that. I just think that the offensive line. I think they need to do some mumbo jumbo with it. My thing is, and I saw Vic asked, should he take over the play calling? The reason why I had said last year that Jim needed to go for a innovative young offensive mind to be his offensive coordinator was because Jim brings the brash, the punch you in the face,
Yeah.
that kind of style of offense. If you mix it with a young guy that's been under McVay or Kyle Shanahan or somebody like that, you mix that in, you're going to have a pretty perfect offense, something to the effect of like what Detroit's had for years. And I saw Charger fans today saying what could have been, and it's like the Ben Johnson, like the Chargers had interviewed Ben Johnson, dude.
We
It
hire him
does,
over Jim Harbaugh. Wow.
yeah, like all of a sudden now people don't want Jim Harbaugh. They want, if they would have gone after Ben Johnson, they would have burned it down. That's the thing. That's what's crazy. But I just truly believe that they do need to fire Greg Roman after the year. And Jim's not gonna, I don't know if Jim will do it. I think if they miss
Yeah.
the playoffs, Jim will have to do it. But Greg's old school. Greg's an old mind. Greg is like that old school guy. You need somebody who's young. You need somebody who's innovative. You need somebody who's going to change the formations, do a lot of different things, do something to kind of get your quarterback going. Right now, they're not doing anything to get Justin going. I mean, and that's what Dan was saying the other day is that Sean Payton is good at scheming if you have a bad offensive line. Greg's not going to do that. Greg is still doing weird stuff where it like he must think that Joe Walt and Rashawn are still there because he's making Herbert do 7-step drops, different things like that. And I really feel like Jim is going to need to cut ties, and I just don't see him doing it because Jim's a loyal guy, and loyalty can only get you. It can only get you so far. I mean, once your quarterback's taken a beating for 2 years in a row, what are you going to like? Well, not, he didn't really take a beating last year, but this year he's taken a molly whopping. And I think the offensive line coach needs to go. And I feel like Greg needs to go. Will they do that? Probably not. But I just feel like they need to bring in some young, innovative mind. I might fire the offensive line coach and upgrade Nick Hardwick from assistant offensive line coach to offensive line coach and see how that goes. But it's just a little bit of chaos right now, and I just don't see how they're going to be able to neutralize this because their offensive line is really bad. And yeah, next year you're going to be able to get Joe Walt and Rashawn back. And again, I keep on hearing that Rashawn's probably going to get moved inside if that injury affects him. Man, shit. You have at left tackle Joe Walt, at left guard Rashawn Slater. That left side's going to feast. But again, I mean, we'll see what happens. I just I just feel like they need to get younger in that sense. I mean, they have one of the youngest teams in the NFL. You need to get younger when it comes to offensive play calling, and I would go poach somebody from one of those teams and see if they bring something different. I get it. I get Jim's a very loyal guy. I get Greg's his guy, but even his own brother fired Greg. I mean, there's a reason for it. Yeah. The NFL's completely changed since the last time Jim was here. That's why I thought don't go back to the Neanderthal, go to the guy that go to somebody new who could show you, who could be the Aladdin to your Jasmine and show you a whole new world. I don't know.
You hear that, Dan and Diego? Your brother wants to have a OC that wears glasses, computers, analytics, stuff like that. So I'm sure you're happy.
I'm not going that whole route. Jim wears glasses, but I don't know. I just it just so it sucks that Justin again may be in for a off season where everybody's gonna shit on him. People are gonna say, "Oh, like somebody tweeted out his stats since he's been with Madison Beer." I hope people know he's been with her for a while. It just didn't happen before the season started.
Yeah.
Like they've been together since well, I won't say, but it's been a while. So. I just don't get it. Yeah, and especially with you already have a young mind in Jesse Minter. Why wouldn't you just get a young mind on the offensive side of the football and really throw things? And I mean, Jesse has gotten schooled by Liam Cohen now 2 years in a row. Last year he was with Tampa Bay as their offensive coordinator, and they got demolished. And then this year he's the head coach. Huh?
I forgot about that. Yeah, those were 2
Yeah,
blowout
so
games.
why wouldn't you go get something like a Liam Cohen, something young, innovative, something like that to help your offense? So, and especially with the weaponry that these guys have, I mean, yesterday they start off the game with screens that was working. Then all of a sudden they went away from it and they did their usual mumbo jumbo, and Herbert almost got sliced in half. I mean, that was a spear that Roman Reigns would be excited about, but yeah, Gilbert. I just really find it hard to believe that these
Yeah.
guys are going to be able to. I think what they need to do um is go get a. They need to go get a center. They need to go get a right guard, and they're going to need to go get a right tackle. Unless they feel like Trevor Penning's their future right guard, then maybe they keep him at
No,
that position. But
he's not a long-term piece.
okay,
He's not good. But one more thing here before we move on, Fernando. I'm with you about Harbaugh being too loyal. I wonder if the injuries to Joe Alt, Hampton, and Slater, and he wants to give him a pass. Like, hey man, like that was tough, man. You know, there was injuries. We'll run it back again and get healthy. But I hope he focuses more on the NFL injuries happen, and it's all about how you adjust. How do you play with the guys that you have? You know, how can you improve with what you have? And he hasn't done it like that. That should be how you should be judged from your job, your performance, and so if nothing changes for the better, and you can't like win back-to-back games or have some kind of consistency, then that's coaching. Tough
yeah,
crap on not
yeah.
having the healthy players, but you gotta and scheme it up and make it better.
I will ask Jim at the end of the season. Do you feel like you said before the season, you guys all have to live up and play at Justin Herbert's level? Do you feel like you guys played to it? The other thing I want to ask him is, you said that your number one goal was to get Justin Herbert into the to win a Super Bowl and to the Hall of Fame. Do you feel like this was a year that you felt like you guys did that much? Because to me, I feel like in years like last year he had that meltdown against the Houston Texans and everything, but this year they started off the season great, and the offensive line kind of went to shit. Like, it's just coaching has been a huge factor into why I feel like these guys haven't been able to have success. And again, it's you need the new age. You need something new in there, like you do on the defensive side. But and then they said like Trevor Lawrence he only had 150 passing yards, but literally Jacoby Myers has been an expert against this defense. He would find the soft spot in the zone coverage. He'd sit there and wait for the ball. Like Jacoby's done that in years past. Last year he did it against them. He had 150 receiving yards in that finale against the Chargers. So I guess we'll see. Haywood, thank you so much. Yeah, this was a gift from Hilberto. He hooked it up. All right. Let us go over to the game I was actually at, which people started messaging me traitor and all this shit, but
Nice.
whatever. I was there writing about Sam Darnold, but who cares? All right. Matthew Stafford, 15 to 28, 132 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, 12 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Sam Darnold, 29 to 44, 279, 4 intercepciones. Gilbert, and with all that, Sam Darnold still had a chance to win the game. It was a short kick by Jason Myers. I couldn't believe it. I actually was thinking if he makes this kick, I was gonna laugh, but whatever. It didn't happen. Gilbert, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I saw what Ernest Jones said to you in the media, and people who call out
I got in
Sam.
trouble for this too.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Ernest Jones called out the media for saying if you talk crap about Sam Darnold, f you. But it doesn't apply to me because I'm not talking crap. I'm just keeping it real. Sam Darnold makes killer mistakes. He's a good quarterback. He's an above average quarterback when he's in his element, but he has killer mistakes, and you can't trust a quarterback like that. Like, I rather, this is why I always say get the star quarterback. Like Sam Darnold is going to take you to the dance. When you get to the dance, you're gonna ditch him for a hotter quarterback. That sounded weird. I couldn't find a better way to phrase it. But he just always has like, I put it this way: the Rams didn't even sack the guy once. They just forced him to think faster and get the ball out quicker because of the pressure. He doesn't think that quickly. He needs to have good structure. He needs to have a couple reads and then decipher. Boom! Here's a deep shot. He's a great downfield guy to push the ball, but you couldn't push the ball down the field because they took everything downfield. And that shout out to Chris Shula right there. But it got cloudy in the pocket. He couldn't think that quickly. It was inaccurate. He made mistakes. Like, I'm so tired of the Sam Darnold excuses. I guess Sam Darnold is better than the Jets. They revived his quarterback career. San Francisco did, or I forget where else he went. But he's just a good, decent quarterback. He's not going to win you a Super Bowl. He's like, to your point, Fernando, you can't talk crap about Jared Goff and defend Sam Darnold. These are the same quarterbacks here. They're like, Jared Goff has had the strongest surroundings, and he took a dump yesterday. I'll say it. It's looking like my pick is not going to come through. They look that bad. But Sam Darnold is the same quarterback. You can't call the Broncos pretenders and say the Seahawks are contenders. This is the same team. That's the Spider-Man me right there. Bo Nix, Sam Darnold looking at each other with good defenses. They're not going to do anything. I'm sorry. I get that people wanted to, say, hey, the Seahawks are really good. Come on, look at the stats. Look at the analytics. This is a good team. They're not good. They're 2-3 against teams with winning records. I guess maybe because the Texans got bumped up to 5-5. Whatever. They're 3-3. But in the NFC games, lost to the 49ers, lost to the Rams, and lost to the Buccaneers. You know what happened in all three games? Sam Darnold pick against Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold fumble against the 49ers. Brock Purdy steals the game. 4 interceptions against the Rams. You cost your team. What else can I say, Fernando? You can't trust Sam Darnold. Sorry, Ernest Jones. I'm keeping it real.
They still have a game on December 18th up in Seattle.
They could lose to the Colts the week before. It's not a good team, Fernando. They're a wild card team at best.
No, I agree. Well, okay, wild card. I don't care. That's all I said. I said they were going to make the playoffs. That's all I care about.
Not number one. That's the thing that annoyed me. Number one, the football team in the NFL. Get out.
Okay, I had never said that. I needed to stop myself yesterday when writing because I put this is why the Minnesota Vikings got rid of him. And I was like, you know what? Let me kind of hold the reins.
His old line fell apart for him. Stop it. No more excuses.
He said that fourth interception, they were driving Gilbert. He said he didn't see the line. Like, he's like, I jumped up in the air. I felt the guy come at me and I threw it, and he threw a pick. Like, he literally said, I didn't see the cornerback right there. And I was like, Jesus, how do you not see that guy? He was chilling right there, but he gifted the Rams 14 points. I am a little concerned about this up and down Rams team. Like, they had been playing really well, and then all of a sudden, like last night, they were kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if there's some games that they get up on and some games that they get excited for, and other games where they're like, But Sean McVay really goes away from the run when it's working, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've never understood why he does that. Like, Kyron was destroying them in the first quarter and a half, and all of a sudden he just went away from it, and I'm kind of like, why are you going away from this? And then what did they try and do? They ran the football twice, and then they tried to throw it at Devontae. The pass was a little weird from Matthew Stafford. They had to punt it. By the way, shout out to their punter. I can't remember the guy's name, but he put it at the 1 yard line. If he does 4 or 5 yards less, that's 4 or 5 yards closer, and that's a 55-yard field goal.
Even the guy who came in at the end to knock it out of bounds, to just keep it at the 1, because what if somebody came behind them and try to pick it up and go? But overall, it was just good performances from the special teams unit that's been terrible all year.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Again, I'm interested to see what the Rams are going to look like on Sunday when they play Tampa, because Tampa's going to come in really pissed off. They've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah. That's going to be a tougher challenge, and I told you that last week, because the Buccaneers to get hot in a hurry, and that secondary is going to be tested. Sam Darnold did not test that secondary.
No. Well, I mean, and you know what's funny? When I was writing my story, I saw that Jackson Smith and Jigba had 109 yards. I was like, where? I barely even saw. Like, I saw the one-handed grab that Mike McDonald was not happy I asked him about after the game. I don't know why. I was like, what did you think of that grab? It was good. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. It was like one of my first few times, like, actually going to the away team and asking questions. So I was like, oh. But
did you get lost by the way? There's 2 different locker rooms for visiting teams that I never get it right on the first try.
So you and I when the Chargers were really bad that one year, when they were that year that before Jim Harbaugh came in, they had already fired Staley. Remember, we went to the Bills locker room and it's
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
different. The Rams away is different than the Chargers away, so I was like, oh, I had to wrap all the way
yeah. I
around.
never know which visitors the locker room is being used. I have to
Yeah,
like
and I
go
didn't
around
go
in
into the
circles.
locker room because I thought they were going to bring Jackson Smith and Jigma, and they brought up Cooper Cup, and I'm kind of like, okay, like cool. And then he was like, oh yeah, I was in LA, and then I checked his stats, and I'm like, he didn't
He
even
didn't do
do
much.
anything. Why didn't you bring Jackson Smith and Jigba? But whatever. But yeah, Sam Darnold's gonna have to play better if they're gonna be better. If not, they might have to evaluate. They might have to evaluate who if he really is their quarterback. I know he signed a 2-year deal.
I think so. Yeah, I forget. Maybe
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Or
Oh shit.
yeah,
They did
3 year
3.
with the funny year at the end. Maybe.
Shit. Uh, Gilbert, do you think Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback that they will have played this year, the Rams? I would say yeah.
It's not Jared Goff and it's not Jalen Hurts. So yeah,
Yeah, I would say so.
it's not Daniel Jones
Um,
either.
all right, Gilbert, let's move on real quick. Denver kicks a game-winning field goal to beat Kansas City 22-19.
Where are we? Yeah.
The Bo Nix 24-37, 295. On the other side, Mahomes 29-49, 276, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Gilbert, what did you learn about both teams in this game?
Not much. It was a nice win for the Broncos. You need that for kind of the mental edge there to know that you're capable of winning the AFC West. And I always give the Broncos credit. You're beating the teams in front of you. You just don't do it in a good fashion. You don't do it in a dominant fashion. But I said the mystique of the Chiefs has been gone all year. People want to say they're back. Oh, they're all the way back. They haven't won a one-score game this season. They're old defensively. Mahomes still hasn't gotten in sync with his weapons. Rashee Rice came back. Nothing changed. And I
For
know
the
people
one
give
game it did. That one game where he had 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, but other than that,
was it the Commanders they played? I think
yeah, I
it
think
doesn't
so.
like I don't get it. I know they get the benefit of the doubt, but we watch football, right? And I could see with my 2 eyes or in my glasses that they're not a good team, and people are just so quick to crown them. And I've been the biggest advocate for the Chiefs. It's just not this year. I know what I'm seeing out there. And yeah, you don't win the small details that you used to do. The Eagles have taken over for winning subtle advantages and exposing you and letting you make the mistakes and putting pressure on you. So yeah, like you beat the Chiefs, cool. Go. I guess move on and win the division. But to me, I still don't take you seriously as a Super Bowl contender. You can't score. What did they score? 22 points. They barely. I guess it's not bad for them. They usually score like 18 to 20 points, and that's not enough. But again,
Well,
I'm
that's been
trying to
their
find.
MO this season. They haven't really scored all that much.
Yes, I'm trying to be nice here, but this is more about the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs, like I think for the first time, and again, shout out to Eric. I kind of see that
And
they
Dan.
might. I guess that he always craps on them. He's just biased. But I could definitely see the Chiefs, missing the playoffs because you lost now head-to-head tiebreakers to the Broncos, the Chargers, the Bills, and then the Jaguars. Like you're doing yourself absolutely no favors. I guess you beat the Ravens. That's one head-to-head tiebreaker right there. And they're right now maybe 2 games behind the 7th seed because they lost a head-to-head tiebreaker to the Jaguars. The AFC West is over, so you need a wild card spot. That means, the Chargers have to lose a few more games. The Bills have to lose a few more games. It's a tough uphill battle. So do you think the Chiefs are going to actually put together 4 or 5 games where they win in a row? I don't see it, Fernando. And maybe have a parade and have a nice victory dance, Eric and Dan, because it's not looking good for KC. That's what I learned. But the Broncos, you're handling business. Take your lollipop. Have a good day. Enjoy the division. But that's all you're going to get this year.
No, but like on the Broncos, like did you see anything from because I didn't really see much from them. I mean, I wasn't really impressed with what the Broncos did. I just thought that the Chiefs kind of lost that game, and then the Broncos players and everything are coming out and chirping and saying, "Oh, everybody thought that we were fake. This, that. Look at us now." Like
this team was 5-4 when it came to your house. I don't. It's not the same team. Like if you would have beat them last year, sure. And I think they beat them in that pathetic Week 18, exhibition game. But that means nothing. Like I don't know, but They lost to the Chargers, they lost to the Colts. Those are two losses right there, right? Those are two teams that are actually in the playoff hunt right now, and you lost to them. So I don't know what they've really done, to be honest. They lost to a team that's what, the 8th seed, 9th seed. I lost track.
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, and my question is like, what now with Kansas City? I mean, they're not like, I know that they have Mahomes and everybody. Like that's the one thing I've noticed. Some of your coworkers and other people point out like, oh, they have Mahomes. As long as they have that, the Chargers have proven you can have a quarterback all you want, but if you don't have the pieces, like their offensive line looks old.
He hasn't been that good. He had a nice
I
start to
know.
the season, but
That's
Josh
why when
Allen has
people were
been
putting him
better.
in the MVP race during his bye week, I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, he
Yeah.
hasn't been that good.
Allen, Drake May, Matthew Stafford, they've all been better than
Well,
Patrick Mahomes.
before we move on, then, I want Gilberto, come on down. We're going to play What Will the Record Be of the Kansas City Chiefs to
Done
end
this like
it.
3 times for KC.
All right. Colts at Chiefs.
Oh, that's tough. Colts.
Ooh, Chiefs at Cowboys on a short Thanksgiving week. I'll go Cowboys on that one.
No, Chiefs. Come on.
Texans at Chiefs.
Chiefs. Texans can't score points.
Gilbert, I think the Cowboys can beat them.
No, they lost to the Cardinals. Get out of here. They might lose to the Raiders today.
But they got Quinn and Williams. They have some new pieces.
I don't give a. Well, let me see Quinn and Williams today, and then we'll get back to me. I doubt it, but why are you trying to bait me? It's not gonna happen.
Chargers at Chiefs.
I think the Chargers sweep them.
Oh shit. Chiefs at Titans. Coach McCoy.
Tennessee, of course. I'm sorry.
KC. He Tennessee said it. Sucks. He said it.
KC. Tennessee
okay.
Sucks.
Let's see. Broncos at Chiefs.
I'll say the Chiefs get on the second time.
Oh, it's a Christmas Day game.
Christmas, yeah. So what's that? They're 3-2 now.
Chiefs at Raiders.
Chiefs. So what? Is that even 10 wins?
7 is what I saw.
7-9, or 7-10? No, it doesn't make sense. I gave them like 4 wins.
Oh, 10, yeah. 10 and 7. 10 and
7. Okay. Ooh, that might be enough to tie the Jaguars, and guess what? You lost to them. You're not in the playoffs.
We just want to thank Gilberto for playing this edition.
It shows the Chiefs to win the AFC West.
Freaking the 4 of us should go on The Price is Right. That'd be fun.
I don't even know how to play. Just guess the price. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I might be good.
Yeah, exactly. I think Dan would be the funniest one to get up there. He'd be like, "Fuck." He'd probably give Drew Carey a stroke. All right. The price is wrong, Bobby. Gilbert, Eagles outlast the Lions in a 16-9 matchup. Are you worried about the Detroit Lions?
What a letdown of a game. I think I got too caught up in this matchup that we didn't get last year in the playoffs because the Commanders beat the Lions. What
Jalen Hurts, 14-28, 135. Jared Goff, 14-37, 255. They also had 5 fourth down. They had 5 fourth downs that they went for and didn't get any of them. You can tell though, Jalen was force feeding AJ Brown. He had 11 targets, 7 catches for 49 yards. Saquon, 26 carries, 83 yards.
Yeah, and they got a gif at the end with the DPI there on Rock Yasin. Or how you say Rock Yasin? Yeah, the Eagles do what they do, and the Eagles have a good defense now. But Detroit, I'm worried about. Like, your one area of strength or elite superpower is to score points in a hurry, and you get 9 points against the Eagles. And I get the whole Dan Campbell thing. Like, oh yeah, that's what he does in the fourth quarter. I'm all for being aggressive, but sometimes know the feel of the game. Like, go with the flow. Like, you could tell in the first half of the game, it's going to be a slugfest where every points matter. The Eagles can't score. And if you would have got, 3 field goals right there, 12, 15, 18, you win the freaking game. I don't understand, Dan Campbell. I get you live and die this way, but be a coach. Adjust. You adjusted when John Morton wasn't calling plays. Now adjust with your own philosophy. You don't have to go for every fourth down. Your quarterback wasn't good. He wasn't clicking. At least call a different play with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery cannot combine for 66 yards. Like, that is not a good way to win games here when that's your probably your bread and butter right there. So
Gibbs did have 5 catches for 107 yards.
I get that, which is their only play because you get dump balls from Jared Goff and he goes and breaks a few tackles and he's great at that. There was one play where he got like 50 yards alone. So
Yeah.
like I don't even care about that stat either. Where was Amon-Ra St. Brown? Where was Sam Laporta? All I saw was this amazing Eagles defense that they have 3 deep at interior. They have a couple good edge rushers at Nolan Smith Jr. and Jalen Phillips, who's been a nice addition for them. You got 3 linebackers there too. You got some studs at cornerback with Quinyon Mitchell, your boy, and Cooper DeJean. So they're set for another another Super Bowl appearance because I just don't want to see them in the Super Bowl. I'm that fed up with them. They're boring. I respect it. You're physical. You're hard-nosed football.
They gave us good sound bites last year.
Yeah, they do. But I'm already envisioning 2 weeks of like, hey, Jalen, do you and AJ Brown hang out? Are you guys buddies? Who gives a crap? They're not friends. They're just winning football games. And I'm so tired of AJ Brown complaining on Twitch. Yeah, man, they don't use me right. You're making $30 million a year to win on the best team in football. Shut up already. Stop complaining. I'm so tired of the AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts. Yes, Jalen Hurts is not good, but at least he's able to run the offense and run the football and be physical and run the touch. Without the touch push, AJ Brown, you guys won't have a big weapon to stop complaining and be friends. Anyways, the Lions had one thing to beat this team, and that's an offense. They're nowhere to be found. You know, maybe I'll give credit to some of the doubters of the Lions in the offseason because they said Ben Johnson gone. This team's going to suck. It's starting to happen. I'll give you points for that one. But overall, I'm very concerned about Detroit, Fernando. And you called it too. You've been on the Jared Goff Express sucking ass all year. I don't know. I'm frustrated with this team.
Either Vic, you or Dan would need to park your asses at AJ Brown's booth because that's all he's going to be asked about, and I think he's going to lose his shit that
and
night.
Watch, it's going to be the one time he won't say anything about it, but you get him on Twitch, he's going to talk about it.
Oh, by the way, I saw Marshawn Lynch last night. He was walking around the press box and everything, and I heard that he's asked. Who knows who he was talking about? I said, "What's up?" to him. He told me, "What up, cuz?" He recognized Eric. That was the funny part. I asked Eric, "Do you think he recognized you?" He's like, "Nah." And he goes, "What up, fam?" And then Eric's like, "He's talking to you." I was like, "Bullshit, he's talking to you." He's like, "You saw him?" I was like, "Yeah, but he doesn't know me. He knows you." He's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Eric, how many, like, no offense, how many black reporters are there and covering the Seahawks up there?" And then he just starts laughing. He's like, "You're a piece of shit." I'm like, "I'm serious." So, but yeah, it was pretty funny to see Marshawn in the press box because he hates the media. Why is he there?
He's doing, like, he's hosting shows. He's doing everything. It's
I know, he really is. I was gonna ask him if he wanted to be on this show, but then I thought, no, he'll probably punch me in the face. I'm worried about both teams. That offense, like, if you had to get into a shootout, could you? That's not the same Saquon Barkley.
But who's going to score on that defense? And then who's going to stop?
No, you're right. No, that's
that they have.
That pass rush and that secondary is back to being the pass rush and the secondary. Like, if they played the Broncos again, they would mollywop the Broncos.
Yeah, I think so.
There's no way the Broncos would be able to pass on them. By the way, I do want to give a quick shout out to two Broncos players who I feel like have been really good. Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant have been both huge weapons for Bo Nix. Cortland Sutton's kind of been the one. Yeah, no, they've been. Yeah, both of them have been very good. I'm worried about them not being able to get into a shootout. I agree with you though. Who on that who's going to be able to do anything against that defense? I apologize. I completely agree on that. And but then again,
I don't know, you think the Rams could do it? Like, the Rams and the Buccaneers already lost to this team too. I'm just trying to find another team. They beat the Lions, they beat the Buccaneers, they beat the Rams. These are all the good teams in the NFC.
I think the Rams could. The thing is that McVay goes away from running the football. Are
they physical enough to hang with them? And also, they're too small defensively.
Yeah, that's and I think they're saying I think they would want to see the Rams because of that secondary, and I feel like on that secondary he could definitely make some passes.
AJ Brown's finally give me the ball, give me some money.
He'd be like, "Can we just play these mother effers every week?" For the Lions, it's a Jared Goff effect. The guy he can't seem to find guys open. He can't seem to move the football. I mean, yeah, he did it for a bit, but Jared is just not that guy to have like the ice in his veins and move you like like we've said, they're the type of team that blows you out at the beginning. If they can't blow you out, then they're going to struggle, and that's what's been happening. They're struggling. And I don't know, Dan Campbell, yeah, that was a cute game last week. That's why when they beat the Commanders by 44 points, and I heard national media saying they're back, they're feeling good. And then they go and play the Eagles, and the Eagles just completely slap them around. So they need to figure out some things. I think they go away, they get anxious, and they go away from the run as well. And that's what happens with them. They go away from Montgomery because maybe a couple of times it hasn't worked. Dude, just keep on going. And I'm sure at one point you're going to be able to free one of your guys up. But I don't know, 37 times for Jared Goff to throw 37 times in, like Vic said, in a bad weather game. That's stupid. It's just plain ignorant.
He went for like 1 for 10 at one point. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, really bad. All right, let us bring in Vic now, and let's see what he's got for us. We don't have to talk. Terrible. Vic, how are you doing?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Did you watch Now You See Me 3?
Yes. We went on Thursday actually.
I'm going Friday.
We had a date night.
Thursday.
I wasn't able to hop on the live with Gilbert, so we went to go see Now You See Me, whatever. Now
3.
You See Me, Now
Was
You
it
Don't.
good?
Yes, it was good. It was better than all the other ones that I've seen before.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, and it was the
I'm
number
excited.
one movie. It beat out Running Man, which we're gonna go see tomorrow.
I thought you were gonna ask him about Predator. I saw that one and it was good.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands.
Predator 77.
Yeah,
Badlands.
that one's already done. I think almost 200 million worldwide.
Oh, the movies are gonna be packed on Friday. Oh, good. Everybody's gonna go watch Wicked Bullshit, and I can go watch
starting Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm good. I'm gonna go watch Now You See Me 3.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Screw.
They kind of did like remember in Fast 5. Just think when you go. Yeah. So you remember how they brought in like 2 different crews?
Oh shit! Okay, I'm excited then. Okay, yeah. They revived. Yeah, I already saw that they're doing number 4. I'm like, was number 3 that good? So now I'm excited to go watch it. All right, Vic, what do you got for us?
All right, we're gonna start off with some fact or fiction here, and I love the fact that you already asked them about the Chiefs because I want to know: will the Packers and the Chiefs both miss the playoffs? If you look at how the rest of the season is going to go in terms of the scheduling, it's kind of looking like both of these teams might miss the playoffs. So, and these were 2 teams everybody had as a Super Bowl. Some people had them as their Super Bowl pick. Me, one of them. I had one of those teams. So,
Vic.
Yes. So I want to know, what do you guys think? Is it fact or fiction that one or both of these teams will miss the playoffs? Start off with you, Gilbert.
I did say the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. Like I was wrong there, but I did say the Packers are not going to make the playoffs. So now it's looking good for me. And I'll say, yeah, we just laid it out for the Chiefs here. There's something off about the Packers, and I know Christian Watson had a good game, but I don't really care about the receiving core.
Josh Jacobs is now out for the year, supposedly.
And is that really a full year? Is that what they said, or maybe
check,
week to week? But yeah, but you don't have Josh Jacobs for the whole year. This is an easy fact. Packers and Chiefs will miss the playoffs here. Like Jordan Love is good when he's playing crappy teams. I'm not surprised that he beat up on the Giants defense. He's over there like flexing, like, yeah, good pass to Christian Watson. We'll do it against a big boy team. Like that's the thing with Jordan Love. Like I don't really care what he did last week. So you've lost to all these good teams. So
I apologize.
Is it week to week?
Day to day.
Oh, day to day.
Yeah,
so
day to day.
If Jacobs is there or not, I'll still say Packers and Chiefs will miss the playoffs.
Packers and Chiefs miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm over the Chiefs. Yeah.
All right, Fernando.
I did not have the Lions making the playoffs. Actually, I forgot about that.
Yep. Credit to you.
Me too.
No, they're not. They're still in it.
Those Bears don't lose. Apparently, the new hype team.
Hey, don't get to the Bears yet. That's my next question.
Shit show. I will say, man, if the Chiefs lose to the Texans, they are really screwed because the Texans and the and the Jaguars would have 2 big wins over them. I will say fact. Yeah, I'll say fact. I think both teams missed the playoffs.
Wow.
I just don't see how. I just don't see how either team can get in at this point, especially with the Chiefs keep on losing. Yeah, I think the Ravens get in. Pepe, whatever, Pipu. But yeah, I'll say fact. There's not much else I can say. I just think that the Chiefs are struggling. Their defense, I mean, at least played well yesterday, but their offense can't get anything going. And I know the Broncos have a good defense, but I mean,
so let me
remember.
Go
What's
ahead.
his name? Jackson Dart went in there and put up 34 on them in that stadium. So it's doable, but they just the Chiefs look out of sync right now.
So if the last spot is between the Chargers and the Chiefs, who gets that last spot?
Well,
because the Jaguars have the tiebreaker over both of those teams. So it really comes down to what happens between that.
Well, I still think the Jaguars are going to fall off a cliff. There's no
they got the Titans twice, and they got the Jets in between. The Jaguars are in, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
They still play the Colts twice.
Yes,
they go to Denver.
Yeah,
they might lose that one too. That's 3 losses. But they're gonna win like 6 games, like 4 or 5 more games.
No, but see, you guys are looking at the team that beat the shit out of the Chargers. I'm looking at the team that Davis Mills came back on and beat,
and almost lost to the Raiders. That's
they
fair.
go at Jaguars, at Titans. They're gonna lose one of those 2 games.
To Tennessee?
Right now.
No, Tennessee's that bad. You don't.
I said one of those teams. They're gonna lose one of those games.
Yeah,
they'll lose both to the Colts.
The way this season is going, guys, it just feels like they're going to get in. Just like,
regardless, they're going to be in the mix, and the Chiefs screwed themselves over by not having any tiebreakers. Pretty much.
Yeah, but I feel like if it's Chargers or Chiefs right now, I'd say Chiefs.
Wow. They have a 2-game lead and a tiebreaker right now, the Chargers.
Oh, they have a 1-game lead. Oh, no, 1 game.
They're 5-5 and 7.
Well, they're pretty much up 2 games because they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs right now.
That's true, 2 games.
Yeah,
they should be able. Yeah, they should be able to do it. All right. Yeah, I'll say both of them. Yeah, both of them fail.
All right, Gilbert. Let me fact or fiction, Bears-Lions game in Week 18 will be game 272 for the NFC North.
No, because people are crowning the Bears right now, but they still have like 5.
They're in first place.
But what did they just beat? The Vikings?
They beat the Vikings, but they're in first place right now.
They're going to lose to the Eagles on Black Friday. They're probably going to lose to the Lions again. They're playing the Packers. Yep. Twice. I still think the Packers are better. So that's 2 games against Green Bay. They're gonna fall off a cliff. Like if Fernando's saying that to the Jaguars, I'm gonna say Chicago. I think they have a really strong opportunity to make the wild card, but I think they're gonna fade before the Week 18. But I don't know. I still think Ravens Steelers could come down to Week 18. Maybe that could be something in football. But to me, I'm going to say no. I'm just not ready to say the Bears are going to handle business. And to the credit of the Bears, they've been winning 1-score games. They're able to find ways to win games. That's a big improvement. But to me, every time I watch Caleb Williams play, he has a bunch of overthrows. His receivers are dropping passes too as well. They could have run the football against Minnesota. Minnesota almost beat them too, by the way. So this offensive juggernaut that supposedly Ben Johnson has produced is not really close to complete. So I'll give them credit, but they're not close to being an NFC title contender or winner. I mean,
you've unlocked the second edition of our what's the record going to be? Gilbert, Steelers at Bears.
Steelers at Bears. Give me the Bears.
Bears at Eagles.
Eagles.
Bears at Packers.
Packers.
Browns at Bears.
Tough, maybe. Bears.
Packers at Bears.
Packers. They need these games.
Bears at 49ers.
Bears.
Lions at Bears.
Bears.
And that was the second edition of Gilberto's schedule.
Got them going 4-3 the rest of the way. So And
They'd
they're
be
what?
11-6.
Yeah, 11-6.
11 wins could maybe get you a division. Maybe it's not a good NFC North like last year. That's for sure. So maybe you're right. Maybe on week 18, but I'm gonna go Ravens Steelers for week 18.
The Ravens, Steelers. Who do you are you going with Fernando? Are you going Bears Lions for week 18 as the game 272? Or are you with Gilbert Steelers Ravens?
I'll say this will be a Saturday game. They're gonna put this on a Saturday game. I will say for the division. Shit, that's the tough part. Is this for the division? I'm with Gilbert. I feel like the Bears are gonna they're holding on to these late game.
But you guys say that you don't believe in you have issues with the Lions here. So what if they lose 3 games as well and they're up for that division in game 18? I mean week 18, game 272.
Their Lions are still a playoff team. I just don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
Let's do number 3, Hilberto.
It's almost game time.
I know. It's the Raiders against the Cowboys. Giants at Lions.
Oh, come on. Lions here.
Packers at Lions.
Lions.
Cowboys at Lions.
Detroit.
Lions at Rams.
I say Detroit gets that one.
Steelers at Lions.
Detroit.
Lions at Vikings.
Detroit.
And you had Detroit winning the Bears game.
Oh, we're gonna win now. Here we go. My team.
The rest of the way.
They'll lose 2. But yeah.
Thank you so much for playing. Well, so what did he have the Lions at finishing?
Well, whatever what are they at? 7-3 right now?
They're 7-3.
Yeah, they
Wait, no,
13.
They're 6-4.
Oh, they're like 6-4, 6-5.
They are 6-4.
Who, the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they would go 12 and 4. 13 and 4.
They'll be 12-5 if it's 12 wins.
12-5.
So there you go.
They'll lose 1/3.
You know what? I'll say fact.
Wow.
Now that Gilbert did that, I'll say fact.
Come on, that's not a difficult schedule for Detroit. They'll be fine.
No, but it could be. But like, look, the Detroit. Oh well, I'll say fact. I don't care. I'll go against you.
All right, last thing here. What's more likely tonight for our Monday night preview of Dallas Cowboys at the Las Vegas Raiders? Do we get a Cowboys blowout or a Raiders close win here?
Gilbert, what kind of game is this?
It's gonna be like Arizona Cowboys Monday night 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't care.
I'll call it a Cowboys blowout.
I see Raiders win a close one and the ugliest game you can imagine.
Wow, look at that.
Why not?
All right, Fernando.
Well, we appreciate everybody for checking out another episode. I said Cowboys blowout. We appreciate everybody for checking out another episode of Lunes Live. We will be back tomorrow with the 4 Compas show. We will let you guys know what time we jump on because Dan now has a new schedule, so may be able to do it an hour earlier like we did last week. We'll let you guys know. But again, you guys are the best. Thank you to everybody who commented. Thank you to everybody that was in here listening. And yeah, you guys are the best. So Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, let's get going here. We got an epic showdown to end an amazing week 11 here in the NFL. These games that sucked, by the way, in the NFL. It's time to get going. Ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.